Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Communities Live here on Sheffield Live 93.2 FM. And we have singer-songwriter Lyra. Good afternoon.
Hello, lovely. How are you keeping?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Can't complain. Sun's shining. I'm breathing. I've an album out. I'm a happy girl.
And yes, and I've got to say the future's looking bright for you as well because you have a number one album in Ireland and you also have a new single. So tell us a bit more about that.
My new single, Queen, is a song that makes me so happy. It's like I call her my confidence anthem. She is a song that I wrote after being in a really serious long-term relationship where I got dumped by the phone and a few things said to me that really knocked me down back and knocked my confidence. And I found it kind of hard to find myself, I suppose.
Mm.
And Queen is that turning point where I was like, Lyra, you need to stop living life for other people, what they want of you. Like, you need to start living it for yourself. You need to be your own queen of your own destiny and go out and enjoy it. Have fun. Have that one night stand you never wanted to have because of people judging you. Go do whatever you want to do. So that's how I wrote Queen, and I love her. She is one of my favorite songs of the album.
I've got to ask, I mean, as a singer-songwriter, I mean, how difficult is it to write a song? Like, did it come together quite quickly or was it quite a long process?
So I find they come together quite quick, which isn't always the way. Like there is days where I'm in the studio for hours and I'm like, oh my God, I'm writing absolute crap. What is going on with me? And then there's some days where I suppose because all my songs are about me and my experiences and what I've been through, that it just pours out of me. If there's something I really, really believe in and I really, really want to say, it just comes out naturally. For me, it always starts with the emotion that I'm in, the emotion of that feeling. If I wake up one day and like when I had got dumped and I was so heartbroken, if somebody turned around to me and said, you need to write a pop song today, or you need to write a dance song today, or you need to write a happy song today, I just wouldn't be able to do it. It has to come from really what's inside here. So
Mm.
I suppose that's why I suppose maybe they come a bit faster.
And I mean, for anybody that wants to break into music, how difficult is it? And also, what advice would you give to our listeners who's listening right now?
It is very difficult. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say like I'm a TikTok sensation that blew up over one song that is 30 seconds long. Like that hasn't been my journey. Maybe it has been for other people and they would give different opinions or different advice. But for me, it has been a tough road. It's been very long. And I wish that I had maybe the confidence in saying no more or believing in myself a bit more. At the start of my career, I was told to be an artist that pronounced my THs more. Like being from Ireland, my diction isn't fantastic. Um, to be my voice to be not so loud, not so raw, and I was
Mm.
told to lose loads of weight so that I didn't look like a pop star. And I wish maybe back then that I had the confidence in myself to know that I was good enough for who I was, and I didn't. So it kind of took me a bit longer and a bit harder. But since my mom turned around to me and said to me, you never apologize for being yourself in life. Your true self is always good enough for anyone in this world. And I really took it on board and I became the biggest weirdo. I sang louder. My diction is still absolutely shocking, but I'm having so much fun doing it. I can't dance to save my life, but when you come see me perform, I can't stop dancing. So I suppose for me, I would say to somebody coming up, keep going. It is a longer road than you're going to expect. And be yourself. You have to be yourself. There's only one of you, whereas trying to be someone else, there's going to be two then. So uniqueness is key.
And you also have a short tour coming up as well. So, will you eventually be coming to Sheffield?
I'm not going to Sheffield.
Oh, well,
How
that's a
sad is that?
shame.
I know, it's so sad. I'm going to Manchester, Glasgow, Cardiff, and London. I just came off the back of a 22 show date run in Ireland, and we've come over here and it's a bit smaller. But you know what? This is probably only the first of many, and I definitely will get to Sheffield on the next run for sure. How about that?
And and I'm gonna say, is there any tickets still available for our listeners who want to go and see you perform?
Yeah, there is. So there's a few tickets left for all the shows. So I would definitely recommend getting them now, in case they do sell out. But it's going to be a great tour because it's the first time that I get to actually sing the album fully. Because before this, the album hadn't been out. So I think it's going to be a real special moment.
And I've got to ask as well. I mean, got to talk about the album as well. I mean, how long did it take for the album to get together? Was it quite a long process as well, or did that again come
Yeah.
together quite quickly?
The album was a long process. Like it was written quite quick, but like getting it from demos to a release standard was
Yeah.
quite long. And also, we'd COVID in the mix because it was supposed to be that year, and trying to get into studios just wasn't happening because obviously everyone was in lockdown. And then when we came out of lockdown, the amount of backlog of people trying to get in studios, was ridiculous. So I kind of took a year to go back and start reintroducing myself and performing live. And then this is the time now where I feel like it was the right time to bring Lyra out. I was ready. I feel like my audience were ready. Everything seemed to have just come together. But the whole process of an album, like even with the songs done, like written well in advance, you're still looking at a good like 9 months.
And I mean, I've got to talk about you as a singer now. I mean, who inspired you to become a singer? And also, the second part of this question is if there's anybody that you could work with in the near future, new or old, who would it be and why?
Oh, that is a tough question. So, as a singer, I suppose who influenced me is Dolores O'Riordan. I think she's amazing. Sinead O'Connor, obviously, were icons when I was growing up, and they really gave me the confidence to sing in my own accent, which I was told not to do, which is lovely. And they're iconic. They're iconic women. Also, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, because my mom used to play them all the time. So it was like bait into me from a very young age. Um, she also be, and then I suppose more recently would be like Sia. I think she's an amazing songwriter. I think she's fantastic. She can write in all different genres, which I think is iconic. She is amazing. Obviously, you have the Queen Bee, Beyonce, who just puts on one hell of a show. So as a showwoman, she is like next level. I think if I could work with somebody, oh, I have so many people that I'd love to work with, and I don't know who I'd pick. I'd obviously love to work with Beyonce because I would just love to see behind the scenes of how it works at that level. Like at that level of performance, songwriting, production, I would just love to see it. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for the day. So for that, I would do Beyonce.
And I mean, for our listeners at home, do you have like social media where people can follow you?
I do. So my social media is This Is Lyra, THIS. I know I don't pronounce my THs, but it's This Is Lyra. And you'll find everything out about me there. You'll also get a lot more about me and my personality and who I am. So it's great crack. Come and check it out.
And if you can share with us, I mean, you've just recently brought out a new album, but will is there
Mm-hmm.
any future projects that you're currently working on, or is it quite secretive at the moment?
Well, I am working on a few things that are going to be coming out, which not that I'm not allowed to tell, but you know the way things change in the music industry, all big karma will come back around now. I'll say it today and it'll be gone tomorrow. But I'm doing a lot of shows now coming up, which I'm excited about because I get to spread the album all around to everyone. So I think my main focus now at the moment is getting the album out, getting people to know me as an artist and as a person, and really concentrating on that before I lock the hatches again and go back in to write album number two.
And my final question for you is, because I like to give the final words to my guest, is what would you like to say to our listeners who is listening right now?
Thank you so much for taking time to listen to my interview and to get to know me a little bit more. I always appreciate it. And fingers crossed, I'll see you at a LYRA show sometime in the future.
Lyra, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Lovely chatting to you. Thank you.